Ladies and gentlemen, the day is Thursday. The date is the 19th. The month, October, our 10th month. The place is Joe's Pub, here in beautiful New York City, located in scenic New York State. The show is Nightcap, and your host is me, Ike. Good evening, and hello everybody. Pleasure to see you. Wow, what a warm crowd this is. And we have Jesse Stacking here tonight, who is newly around right now on the old keys. All right, thanks Jesse, thanks for that, thanks for that. Great. What tune was that? Did that have a title?
That is The Autumn Leaves.
The Autumn Leaves.
Yeah.
Those are them.
Yep.
Wow. That is wonderful.
It's timely.
It is timely. Actually, you might not know this, but it is autumn. It is the season of autumn, or fall, as some people refer to it as. It's a great tune. Do you know who wrote The Autumn Leaves?
No, how embarrassing, but I don't remember.
I think I wrote it.
No.
Yeah, I think this must have been 1970. I remember I was sitting on a bench. I don't know if you've seen these things, but these things are just great to sit on. And I saw one and I said, let me just go ahead and sit down on this thing, the bench. And I sat on the bench. It was autumn, as we mentioned earlier. It was autumn, the season autumn. And the leaves were falling. And it being autumn, I thought, the autumn leaves. And then I thought there ought to be a song for autumn. Because you got your summer hits, yeah? What was the one? What was that big summer hit this summer? That was one of the biggest hits. It was a hit of a hit. It was the biggest hit. Audience, we're going to need complete silence for this one. It was the biggest hit. Do you remember what this hit was? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Summertime?
Summertime? Yeah, summertime. Summertime. I remember it well. And the living is easy. Yeah. So that hit had come out, and it was a hit. I mean, if you weren't there when Summertime came out, you do not know what you missed. That was a phenomenon with a capital P. Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to Joe's Pub. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. A round of applause for everybody who works at Joe's Pub. They're the hardest working people in show business, and that is what we are in the business of doing, showing. So back to Summertime. This was a big hit, and we knew that in December we were going to have some more hits. There was going to be all the Christmas tunes, like Santa Claus is Coming to Town, like Christmas Time is Here by Vince Guaraldi, as played by Jesse Stacking. And I thought, okay, we've got summer covered, we've got winter covered. What the people need is a good tune for fall, to let them know that fall is here. And so anyway, I came up with The Autumn Leaves, and so Jesse, back to my original point. Yes, I wrote The Autumn Leaves.
Good job.
Thank you. Welcome to Joe's Pub, everybody. Joe could not be here tonight. He does send his regards. I think he does. I assume that he would. If he were in a position to send regards, I'm sure he would send them to each of you. Multiple regards to each of you. This is the kind of man Joe was. If you need a visual representation, this is Joe right here. The picture to the far right, the top right, that is Joe, Joseph Papp. Did you know Joe Papp?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I didn't know that was his last name, actually.
Yeah, Joe Papp. Joe Papp, founder of the Public Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is where we are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
His office, right?
Sorry?
Wasn't this his office?
This was actually his office, yes. I remember coming in here as a young boy, 5 years old. 5 years old I was. And I thought, my God, this is a big, big, big office. This brings back memories, this spot, yes. Starbucks was always right there, and the Walgreens was there, and the Blue Man Group was there, and I remember Playwrights Horizons, of course, across the way, their studio space. It's their studio space, trust me. And boy, I would just sit here, and Joe would say, Ike, come on over, and I'd say, okay, Joe. And Joe would say, you know, Ike, if you're gonna get into this business, there's one thing you ought to know. And I said, Joe, what is that? He was silent. He didn't say a word. He continued being silent for at least 15, 16, or 17 minutes. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to make of this. And so I sat there, with great anticipation that something great would be said. But it was never said. That's my story of Joe Pack. I'd like to go down into this crowd here and speak to people and see who they are, why they are, when they are, and how long they will be are there. Hey! How's it going?
Well, great.
I'm sorry? Your mouth is full.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10. 7. That's pretty full. And still he managed to say a few words. Can we give him a round of applause? That is impressive. That is impressive. Are you being represented by anyone right now? You're not, because there is a market for people who can speak while having their mouths. I mean, at a 7. That is remarkable.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Frank.
Frank? Sinatra? My God, Frank Sinatra's here, ladies and gentlemen. Frank, let me tell you something. You don't need me to succeed in this business. You can, I mean, if you were represented by this knife, you would be just fine. You would be just fine. Okay? And when you make it, Frank, I want when you're sitting there on the Today Show with Matt Lauer and Matt says, now Frank, how the hell did you do it? Actually, Matt wouldn't curse like that. He wouldn't say that. We're sitting on with Charlie Rose, and Charlie says, now Frank, how did you do it? Say, well, you know what? I came down to Joe's Pub and I saw Nightcap this evening, hosted by a guy named Ike. And he said I could make it anywhere. And once I made it to New York, I would then, the song. Thanks, Frank. We'll see you next time, okay? Frank, everybody. What a pleasant surprise. Hi again. Hello again. Hi again. Hello again. And hello. And welcome. I see you're enjoying our French fries with mayonnaise and ketchup. Those are 2 fine sauces. I personally have been using mayonnaise and ketchup for many, many years since I was a young boy growing up in Texas. And neither of those sauces have never failed me, not once. I'm telling you, stick with mayonnaise and ketchup and your life will be, please enjoy. Hello there. Mara? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. You're Mara?
Not Laura.
Really? Fascinating. How long have you not been Mara?
All my life.
All of your life. That must be what I mean. The level of is that stressful? Really? I would not be able to. I mean, if it were me in your shoes, I don't know honest, and I'm being completely honest right now. Actually, everything I've said tonight has been a fact. Can we clap for facts? They are the most remarkable things, facts.
Yes.
9.8 meters per second squared is the velocity of gravity. That is a fact.
Sounds good.
That sounds great, in my opinion. That's one of the greatest facts I think I've ever uttered. So it's not like that. Yes. Where are you two visiting from? Brooklyn. The borough or the capital? Yeah, Brooklyn is a capital in a certain sense. It's the capital of good times, laughter, and fun. You've been to Coney Island, right? Yeah, I tell you, every time I go to Coney Island, I think, this is so much fun. The cyclone? A cyclone hit Coney Island? It's a roller coaster. Yeah, I haven't actually done anything like that. I just go and just watch the activity happen. And that to me is fun. Thank you very much. And your name is George. Are you sure? If we're gonna, I just want there to be an establishment. I want to be able to speak freely and honestly. So if your name isn't George, you don't have to humor me. Just say, you know what, buddy, it's not George. I'm sorry. I wish it were, but it's not. And I'd appreciate it if you never called me that again. I appreciate it. What is your actual name? Tony. Tony? My middle name is Anthony. Yeah? Pretty cool, right? Yeah. That's how I came over here. How did I know? That's such an old show business secret. I don't know what to say. How's it going, everybody here at this round table? We have a couple people at a round table here. I know some of you may also be at round tables. This table is also round. How is it? Yeah? Is it round? Is it round enough? It is? Great. Well, I'm happy to know that. Please enjoy. If you need anything, just leave it there. Just flag me out, and I will be here as quickly as I can. It might be around 10:35 when I actually get back here, but I will come back here as soon as I'm able to. Is that okay? Okay, thank you very much. Where are you from? Manhattan. Where are we are right now? Very good. Okay. Thank you. Anytime. Good. Let's clap for the people who are just hello everybody over here, and it's great to see you again, and I'll see you again real soon. Let me just make my way over here. I'd like to just know who I need to, who is here, so I know what kind of materials to do. I'm sorry that I tripped a little bit. I promise moving forward to not trip as much. That's my promise to you this evening. Is that okay?